Hi, Alfre.
Hi,
How you?
Jamal.
It's great to see you again. Every time we talk, I always mention how much Crooklyn like means to me among all your other projects. Like it's just one of the projects that always sticks in my heart because it feels like it tells some story that's kind of close to my life. So I always feel like kind of a kinship to you because of that. But
Thank you.
know,
I'm glad.
speaking of projects, I know you started on the big screen with 1978. Remember my name, and when I think about your name, Alfre, I've never met another Alfre. Can you tell me just about your name? Is there some story behind the name Alfre?
My godmother gave me that name. She was a Christian Science practitioner, and she was my godmother before I was born. She was, she had a relationship with my mom spiritually, and so there were some complications with my mom carrying me and all of that. So she knew she's going to be naming this baby, and she rang the night of the end of my we think 11-month pregnancy, and they counted right, but she said, "Don't name that baby yet. I've got the name." She said it came to her in a waking dream, just the letters across her wall, uh, written in gold. She said it was Alfred. So we get nicknames at birth. I was always called Bootsy because a really nice nurse, when my mom was in the hospital, in the colored hospital, named Boots, would feed my mom ice chips at night and rub her feet because everybody else was mean to the women there. And so she named me Bootsy. But my godmother would always say, "Remember, Alfred is your God given name." I said, "Okay, okay." And so I go away to school, and you know how they have your social security. So on my door said Alfred Woodard, and I was like, "Okay, fine, might as well be called Alfred." And then I realized that that was my name, how I grew into it, how I settled into my name. Cut to 20 years ago, I was having some questions and going, what am I going to do about whatever I was thinking of? And I was just driving up Pack Highway to just like drive it off. And it went like this, boing, all free. And the thing that I needed to know lifted right off me. And I realized that that's what it was. It was all free because one of the tenets, one of the basic ideas of Christian Science is that we are all already in this moment, in this time, uh, all free. We are pure spirit. So that's where it comes from. And I had a dear friend, a spiritual advisor, who said to me, and every time somebody says your name, that's a lift for you. It
Well,
declares that you're all free.
well, speaking of spirituality, I mean, your character Paris and C has been like she seems like she's all of these people that's lost their vision seem like they're more in touch with their other senses. And I wonder, is there something that you do to like heighten your other senses or to just break down and get away from the clutter? Do you meditate? Is there anything that you do to like sharpen those other senses or just sharpen your wit at times.
Well, and the people in C haven't lost sight. No one has been born with sight for 400 years when we first meet them. And so the world is theirs. It's not our world. We would be like Haniwa and Kofun, the twins, in the absolute minority. Uh, but what I do is I get quiet. I always have to be barefoot somewhere. It usually involves water, just seeing the water. It could be a pond. I just go stand next to a pond, and I love um, Walela. Do you know the group Walela?
Yes.
Oh, they have a song, Wash Your Spirit Clean. That's kind of how I feel. Go stand beside the ocean, go pray up in the mountains, but you wash your spirit and clean, and you be grateful for the lessons. So, yeah, I do that. It awakens me, not so much to my other senses, but it awakens my understanding of why we're here.
Yeah. Well, I loved season two. I've only got to see a couple of episodes, but I'm already in love with season two as I was with season one. And
Oh,
yeah,
great.
can't wait to see all the stuff that is to come. And it's great sitting here in 2021, 100 years from Tulsa and the Tulsa massacre, and seeing that one of the products that was still able to come out of that, the rubble of what was left in Tulsa after the massacre, is this beautiful, great actress, Alfre Woodard. And I appreciate everything that you've contributed to the arts and to the activism and to life. Thank you.
Let me tell you one more. There's another Alfre Woodard. My niece Alfre. I think Alfre might be 50 by now. I don't know. Probably giving up her age, but she was born. Well, she started arriving on my birthday. She didn't finally like bust out until just after midnight. But her name is Alfre Woodard as well.